What's up, guys? On today's episode of Techie Boys, we're going to be replacing the shocks on this Civic Si, which is, of course, you know, my car. This is the daily driver. Bought two new rear shocks. One side, the bushings like gone, metal on metal. Pretty sure they're both blown, but we're going to find out. Just change them both. Got an upcoming trip to the great state of Pennsylvania. And I really don't want to ride up there with blown out shocks. It did okay on the last one, but I think they're to the point now where they're completely gone. So, as you know, I got to take the tire and stuff off. So while I'm doing that, you know, once I get that done, I'll show you what bolts you're going to be taking off, what tools you're going to be using, kind of like I did the last 3.0 Ranger video. I got some good feedback off of it and how, you know, I've shown like step by step on what you're supposed to be doing. A lot of people had some issues with some bolts from other videos that I showed. So hopefully these actually help somebody. If they do, like, subscribe, comment, share it. We're trying to make it. You want to see me and Mickey act like Whistling Diesel and, you know, buy a racetrack like the Freedom Factory or something one day? We got to pump this channel up. We got to get this shit going. We got to put Techie Boys on the map. But let's get it. Alright, so what I was laughing about is that as you can see, it has rubbed quite a bit. So it doesn't have adjustable camber kit on it. It's just how it sets from being as low as it is. But as you can see, this is the shock that is on the car. This one's not. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, we'll see. We're gonna try this out and see if it works, because they're definitely fucking shot. I know the other side is for sure, but both bushings on the bottom are just destroyed. So we're gonna see. We'll see. But what you're gonna need to remove is that bolt there. Assuming it's probably a 17, I'll double check. And you'll have to remove, ignore the mess in the trunk. You have to remove it from the top side here. Not 100% sure how these work. I think you have to remove this nut here, pull the washer off, and then it should be able to pop out this rubber boot, and then you should just be able to drop it from the bottom. I think that's how it works, but when I get to this point, I'll show you. So remove nut, washer, pop out rubber bushing. Shock should just fall out. We'll see. If you do happen to have this plastic piece, you have to take that off to get these loose. I have mine. It's somewhere back here. I just don't know where it's at. This is a daily driver. Pretty much a junk mobile. But it is what it is. We'll see. Alright, so the top bolt, top hat bolt on the top of the shock is a 19. Figured it would be like a 17 or something. I did take the little adjuster off of these. I had to get to the shock. I don't think factory ones even have that, to be honest. Basically, this was is in the top. Unscrewed this out of the top, and then I took the nut off here. That's what I just did with the 19 millimeter. This washer system should come off. Yeah, it does. So it looks like there's 2 washers, a nut, and then this rubber boot kind of looks like it just pops out. Let me grab a screwdriver. Or I didn't really throw a bunch of shit in here. This will work. Should really. There it is. Rubber bushing. And that's it. Should just fall through once I get the bottom taken out. There's nothing else holding it in. That's crazy. Rubber bushing holds your shock in from the top side. It's actually fairly simple, but I was expecting a little more. I'm used to the older Hondas where it's 2 bolts holding your coilover and shocking together. But we'll see. Alright, so I got the bottom bolt out. It was a 14. So now the shock should just come out, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I just gotta use both hands and get it to wiggle. I'm gonna set you guys up. So I come to find out that the shock itself wasn't blown and riding like shit. This non-existent rubber bushing was just basically doing this back there. That's what I was hearing. I'm still gonna, granted I bought new shocks for it. We're gonna see if they work. If not, I might. If they don't work, I'll just get some new bushings and press them in and put these back on, because that seems to be my problem, because it sounded pretty awful. We'll see though, because I hadn't set this one beside it yet. Yeah, there's a pretty big difference in height, but with this one compressed, not all the way down, still, I think I would still have like good ride quality. I don't know. I'm gonna see, because I think I can order bushings for this one if this don't work. Because this is like, I don't want to spend no money on this car, honestly. It really needs a tune-up, and brakes all around too. They're decent, but they could use them. I just don't want to spend a lot of money on it. I'm definitely not buying new shocks, like lower end shocks. I'm gonna try those, see how they work. I might put it on. Well, I guess I'd have to do both to really see how they rode. This isn't really that hard of a job, so worst case scenario, I'll take them back off, take these over to Mickey's. I think he has a press that can push that out, and we can push it into this one, and I'll just put these back on the car. So we'll see. Overall, this is an easy job though for you guys that are watching. You got one 14 millimeter and one 19 millimeter on the top. The factory one looks a little smaller on the top actually. But the bottom's a 14, top factory may be a 14 too. It looks pretty close, but relatively easy job. Just decompress the shock with one hand and pull it out with the other. Not that hard of a job at all. You got your opening up here and your rubber bushing. The new one came with all that stuff too. Like I said, I'm gonna put that one on, see how it rides, because it's not gonna be compressed, but maybe an inch. and I could compress it down probably about 4, maybe 5 inches before that gave out. We'll see. We'll see how it does, because I don't want the car like higher than it was either. We'll figure it out. So the top of the new one is a 14. It seemed to work fine, but so top and bottom on a new one are 14s. This the old ones was a 19 up top. But factory replacement, I mean, they fit fine. I mean, they should, I guess. I just don't know if the car is going to be as low as it was or not. I don't know. We're about to find out though, because I'm going to put the wheel back on and drop it and see, because we'll see the difference in this side and the other side, as long as the other shock's not completely blown out. But I have a feeling the other shock's not blown out either. It's just that bushing going in the bottom. So if that's the case, we'll see. We'll see. The back was just a little tad lower than the front anyway, so that might work out. We're gonna find out there. Just so you guys can see, this side comes to the S, like halfway up on the S. And this side is, yeah, it's about half an inch, because this side's comes up to about the S, that side comes up to about halfway up to the C. So you're looking at about a half an inch difference there. Not too concerned about it, in all honesty, in my opinion. Especially since I do a lot of traveling with the kids and stuff in the back seat. I have a lot of weight in the back, generally speaking. So, I mean, in all honesty, I'm gonna put the other side on. We're gonna take it for a test ride after I tighten everything down and see how it rides. I mean, if it rides good, I'm cool with it. I mean, it's not a show car, it's not something fancy, it's not a race car, it's a daily driver. It's still low enough that it's like pretty, like it don't have wheel gap, I mean, just a little bit, but the other side's got wheel gap too. It looks even with the front now, because I think the back was lower than the front. But, I mean, like I said, I don't know if I can adjust the springs any more than they are, but we'll see. I might be able to do that, get a little more low out of it. I'll look at the other side when it's up to see if I can do that, but we'll see. As of this, if I gain a half an inch in the back, I'm cool with it. See how it rides. I mean, for $60 to have a different ride quality, I'll take that. So I got this side taken off. I did look at this. I can adjust these to come down more if need be. I think I'm gonna put the new one on, drop it, take it around the block, make sure it rides good, all that good jazz. Then I might come back and play with the height a little in the back. As far as what I'm changing these for, or what I heard, I thought it wasn't just the shock itself blown. Which I do believe this shock is actually blown. I can like move it up and down pretty easy compared to the other one, which actually had a little bit of stiffness to it. But for the most part, I think this is what needs to be done. Like I said, I think I can definitely adjust the height on the spring itself. They're not quite as high as they'll go, but they're pretty high on the setting. So, and the shock is only compressed like roughly a half an inch to an inch from where the other one was sitting, and I could compress it about 4 inches total. So I could probably come down another quarter, maybe a half, and still have 2 inches of like actual shock absorberness. I don't know how to word that, but absorption. There we go. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna put the new one on. I kind of showed you guys how to do it on the other side. Same thing. This one's a 14 on the bottom, 19 on top. New one will be 14 and 14. Pretty simple overall. You know, we'll get those on, tires back on, take it around the block, and then I can jack it up and adjust the height a little bit without having to take the wheels back off from the bottom. So, and I got plenty of spanner wrenches and stuff to do that. So hopefully we'll see. Like I said, if I only gain half an inch of height in the rear, I might not even mess with it. But then again, we'll see too. You know how it looks and rides and stuff. If it rides great, I might come back and play with it. If it don't ride that great, I'll probably leave it alone until I can figure out something else. But we shall see. And I'm gonna definitely wash this bitch after this, because that is terrible. Starts discoloration in back here. Probably do another video here shortly of doing the oil change and spark plugs and just a little general tune-up. I have put almost I'm gonna say 30,000 plus miles on this car with no oil change. So I have added oil, I've just never changed it. So we'll get to see a 30,000 mile oil change out of a Honda Civic. That should be a good video. I mean, it is what it is. It's all highway miles, just about. Alright, I'm going to switch this out and I'll show you the finished product. Well guys, I ran into some issues on this side. The coilover is spinning inside of itself and won't come out. Now I've tried like every vice grip known to man, pliers, hammer to hold it, and then when this stops spinning, the top just spins on itself. So there's no going back now. Yeah, it is time.